kupata when Tao was Tao. Yani sherehe ya Tao ilikuwa Tao. No. It doesn't mean let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are older than me and they've gotten what they always aspired to have. Money sometimes is not everything, but money plays a major role. Yeah. Like it plays 80 to 90%. Yes. So money is good. Oh, so who's the problem again?
The problem is the lady who has benefited from her success. Number 5.
Yeah.
PA too.
PA na inaonyesha vituko because
as a man, why are you harassing women? It is not right.
It is difficult for women.
Hello, my name is Dino Mukuri.
My name is Owen.
And welcome to the Infinite Podcast. Today we have a special guest, an extremely special guest. So our guest today is Miss Katiwa.
Wow,
yeah. Let her say hello to you, and we're very glad to have her here. With her shades.
Tudungie ndio nikozi nimeona umedunga shades nikasema it's shade nini it's about shade.
No. Miangu lazima. So let me start. We have you here today. Our topic today is mainly going to be media. But apart from that, we want to get to know you. Who is Stella, Miss Katiwa, Caribbean Queen?
Yes, sir.
You might know her. I'm sure most of you have to know her. How do you not know her? That's the question. Yeah. But for y'all who do, and I know you support her, we're here with her today and we're going to grill her.
Support us as well.
Yeah. We're going to get to know what needs to be known as we continue talking about the topic. Yes.
Well, my name is Miss Katiwa, the Caribbean Queen. I am a reggae and dancehall media personality, and I'm extremely excited to be here. Thank you so much for hosting me.
How do you feel being with the Infinite Boys?
But of course,
minus one.
The other one, akomaju. Atarudi.
Mimi ndo nimekalia kiti yake, but I'm super excited. Na feel leo niko secured because ni mandu wawili kanda yangu.
By the way.
Boy child.
Yeah. Let me start asking. Stella, I know going into this can take you far back, but what is your story? I want you to tell us what has made you who you are today, and the reason you would say it's built you into a better person.
Wow.
Or the experiences, to drag everything not everything, but enough.
So my story is a long one.
Yes.
But I'll try make it as short as possible. Grew up in Kibera. Never had what everyone aspires to have. Kila mtu anaspire kuwa na good life. Challenges ama ile life niliishi mtaa ndio imenifanya nikuwe the person that I am today. Like for me it was extremely tough. I know everyone has had like majority of people the ups and downs. Yeah. But for me the life there wasn't just for me. Like it wasn't there for me. Then nakumbuka nikiishi mtaa wasa walikuwa wakinicheki walikuwa wananijudge sana because mimi ni dem mweupe msupu. Wako like wewe ni kaudi rusho huko mtaa wewe sio mtaa. So nilikuwa like okay maybe I wasn't meant. Like mimi nilikuwa kibati mbaya. So I feel like my life wasn't for the hood, but it was a good experience for me. So I was meant to be there, kupata experience. The experience ikanipatia exposure. Nikajitoa. Yes.
Let me ask, umesema ulijitoa?
Yeah, nilijitoa.
What opportunity did you get, or how were you able to break free? Because usually what they say is that some people feel like their lives in a circle, hakuna kitu na change.
Right.
So for you, what made you push through?
So first of all, nakumbuka job yangu ya kwanza ilikuwa kuwa house manager. Lugha mtaa tulikuwa tunasemanga mbochi. That was my first job.
House manager.
House manager.
That's crazy.
Nakumbuka kuna time tungetoka mimi na mother yangu tunaenda tuna hustle pamoja, so we would wash clothes together, tunaosha house wase so that at least tunatengeneza domob na ni watu wawili. But akiwa peke yake inakuwa too much on her. Then because she was also getting older, so I was exposed to inaitwaje child labor. Nili-expose wa mapema sana kwa kazi, kwa hustle. So immediately nilimaliza high school, I knew automatically I wanted to be a DJ, but I didn't get the funds. I only went and paid for registration, then kikaumana after hapo. So I never continued with the rest. I had a few friends who I never knew they used to work in media. They used to be my friends because me, I'm one of those people okay, I hate asking people, so what do you do? Because I always feel like asking that, it's intrusive. Then inakuweka kwa kategoria for me to either decide if you fit in my circle or not. So I never used to know what they used to do. So she one day told me, niaje tutoke, nataka kwenda kuonyesha form yangu, vitu zenye mimi hufanya. Yes, like where I work. Oh, unajua Claudia watajua mimi ni msoa shebetizo huko.
It's okay. We'll adjust by the way for today.
So I was excited to see and to know what she was doing. But at the same time it was because a lot of people, a majority of people know I'm a homie. Like me ni msoa home. Like kutoka it's very rare.
Homebody.
Yes, homebody. Like me ni msoa hao. So nakumbuka nikatoka, tukaenda, nikacheki. But I was shocked because I didn't expect it was a radio station. So hapo ndo triggers zangu zikaanza. But just like I've said on previous interviews, for 8 months, almost a year, I was just watching her do a thing. Just watching.
Was DJing like your calling ama kitu shule ili cause hata ujongelelea story ya shule?
By the way, unaweza pata ulikuwa ulikwenda unaekea watu muziki.
Was it a calling?
Yes, I
think. Kama sasa masomo imetosha, acha niingie.
I actually think it's a calling because even when nilimaliza high school, mamangu automatically knew I wanted to be a DJ. So nilisomea Embakasi Girls Form 1, nika transfer, nikaenda Senior Chief Koinange in Kiambu. That's where I studied. So when I was in Senior Chief Koinange, I used to be partly entertainment prefect, but at the same time nilikuwa environmental prefect. So mambo ya usafi ni nini. But calling ilikuwa mambo ya entertainment because mimi ndo ningepigianga wasanii. Kina Wilipod, kina Mr. Seed, kina nani. When the school needs proper artists to visit, yes, like I was the plug.
Na wewe ndio uliwajua.
Yes. So I used to be the one connecting them and all that. So I would invite them, kina Emoji. Mnakumbuka time Emoji nyinyi Gen Z kwanza. Ule Emoji wewe. Oh my god. Emoji.
Man of God.
No.
Mimi siko hapo, I think.
Oh my god. So when gospel was extremely gospel, because most of the time events the gospel does zilikuwa zina happen chuo. So ilikuwa a calling from back then when I was in high school. So automatically nikitoka, even like up to date, the people that I studied with, they've never been shocked that I'm in the public. They knew automatically.
Huyo anaenda mbali huyo.
That's nice. Big up Stella's parents. Because I always feel like in parenting, obviously, them wanting you to say, Sasa, go and do your stuff. Because it's usually a struggle with parents wa kitambo hiyo story. Lazima usome,
get your degree first, then fanya kile unataka.
Definitely, because my mom was a strict one. My mom was a terrorist. Like in a good way though. Like masomo kwanza, then do whatever you want to do.
So it's good.
Interesting. So you say your mother raised you as a very, let me ask, you use past tense, I hope. Is she?
Yes, she is still alive.
She's still umetumia past tense, unashtua. So would you say your family has 100% impacted everything? Because I know you have a brother and a sister. So was it different for them growing up, or would you say they also saw you as a motivator?
Family has always been my drive. Even me coming out of Kibera, or like trying to find a different direction of my life. It's because of my family. Me and my family, we are extremely close. My mom raised us in a way, ilikuwa ina show, it's either you support each other or you don't do it. So sense. It's either you support each other or mwachane kabisa.
Okay, let's go back to ulikuwa unatuambia, ulikuwa unasikia your friend kwa station unamuonaona. So from there 8 months
8 months later, I remember Chris, because they used to work with Chris Darling.
Yes.
One of the biggest reggae dancehall DJs in Kenya.
Chris Darling.
Big up to you.
So I remember they used to do a show together. Then they were discussing, they were having a conversation rather, and the topic was ilikuwa inahitaji extra my opinion kutoka kwa wase wengine because they were less in studio. And they were like, Chris akasema actually there's always a lady anakuanga amekaa pale nyuma. So I used to be like the one sitting mimi nakaa tu naona na observe. Chris akasema siku moja, I think tunataka opinion na hakuna mtu mwingine anaweza tupatie hiyo opinion. There's a lady who's always sitting, behind the scenes. Wacha tusikie Kenya atasema. And for me, I'm always ready to try anything. I'm never scared to try.
Yeah.
And nikashika mic na nikaongea Kenya niliongea. So I didn't know people were listening, the producer was listening, or the owner of the radio. And I spoke my mind. For the people who know me, they know I speak my mind.
Yeah.
So a few weeks later, a few months later, there was a friend of mine coming from Japan. Akaniambia niache katiwa nataka unipeleke hizi rigi zenyu mtaani. So mimi nikasema acha nikushuhuda.
Okay.
So I took him to K1, then akasema we need to tuingie tao when sijui kama nyie mkupata when tao was tao. Yaani sherehe ya tao ilikuwa tao.
These days tao si
is that no goes. Nyinyi ni Kilimani, the
house party Karen.
And the hidden gems.
Hidden gems.
So there's this club ilikuwa inaitwa sijui Club Rumors if I'm not wrong. Ilikuwa tao. Akaniambia si tuingie hapa. So I didn't know one of our DJs anaitwa DJ Bash. Alikuwa na birthday party yake hapo. So DJ Bash alikuwa na bash. See what I did?
DJ Bash alikuwa na bash. Of course.
So tukasema acha tuingie. So the whole Homeboys Radio crew ilikuwa hapo na entertainment. So mimi nikaingia nikasema hawa sana nikalia familia ni wase wenye najua. So let me just go say hi. Yes. And I saw my producer. Nikaenda nikamsalimia akaniambia, "Girl, unajua nimekutafutaje?" So he was scared to approach me because he thought I was probably dating Chris. So unajua kitambo, unajua siku hizi sika nyinyi Gen Z, unaendeanga tu demu ya mtu na hata ujui unaenda kuonyesha mtu nani. Unaona?
Kulikuwa na hiyo respect.
Kulikuwa na respect. Nowadays there's no respect.
Your girl is my girl, whose girl is
yeah, like before you even spoke to someone, like let's excuse me. So aliogopa kuniongelesha because probably he thought maybe Chris angemwona akiniongelesha angeleta noma. So the perspective unaelewa. So nikamsalimia akaniambia ni aje, it's good to see you. So nikamwambia nini, akaniambia wewe ni yule demo unakuja na Chris and all that na Toet because the lady used to be known as Miss Toet. Nikasema yes, it's me. And have you ever thought of becoming a radio presenter? And I was like, I've never thought of that, but I've always wanted to be on TV. And alikuwa like, so I heard you the day that Chris called you and you spoke on the mic. Girl, I think you need to sit down and analyze your thoughts again. And so, and I was like, if it's something that you think I could do, then I can do it. So I'll be giving you stuff, go do your research. Then since you have a good platform over here, it's a good station, like when Homeboys was Homeboys Radio. And nikasema haina shida, and that's how I started. So I used to go and do research, then nadadia show wenyewe. And that's how it started. Then until now mwenye radio, John Rabah, akanidiscover, akanieka kwa show ingine sasa.
So in terms of jobs, ulianza na you started na kukuwa house manager.
Yes.
Then from house manager, did you skip directly?
No. I never skipped. And after house manager, nimefanya job Bata as a salesperson.
Bata?
Yeah, Bata viatu.
Business.
We're not promoting them. Don't promote
so like, nilikuwa simama for 12 hours. Nakumbuka hiyo time ukiuza, una target viatu zile expensive. Because ukiuza sandals, commission ni
Safari boots
Safari boots zile maviatu za black za machali zile sharpshooters nini and all that cause tulikuwa tunalipwa na commission. So ukiuza slippers na watu wengi walikuwa wanakuja slippers
commission kidogo
ni 5 bob. So by the end of the day we make commission ya so it used to be so hard. So after hapo nimekuwa waitress waitress. After being a waitress, nimekuwa personal assistant. Yes, nimekuwa PA.
The grind
was insane.
Tumefungua biashara. Mamangu alikuwa na biashara ya mboga, mimi ndo nilikuwa nakata mboga kwa kibanda.
PA, okay.
Nimeuza chipo. So I've literally done everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've seen your growth. We've seen you on Citizen.
Yeah.
We've seen you on NTV.
Yeah.
And we have seen you on Homeboys.
Right.
Yes, in case you are still wondering where you have seen her, that is where you have seen Miss Katiwa.
Oh, yes.
And I hear you also you have your own TV on YouTube.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, for those who don't know, I previously used to host a reggae dancehall show on NTV. It used to be called NTV Jam Down and Jam Rock. I used to host it with Chris. Then later on nikatoka. Then I used to have a show on Homeboys Radio ilikuwa inaitwa Mtaani. It used to be with Jemole Mse, Demakufu, DJ Demakufu, big up on yourself. Demakufu.
I think I'm too young for that, but
oh my God. You guys need to get And now I have my own TV channel. It's called Katiwa TV. It's on YouTube. I have my own reggae dancehall show. I previously had a podcast, nikaiweka on hold.
Yeah.
But I will be reviving it very soon because 2 years ago I decided after nilitoka kwa mainstream media, I decided to travel outside and expose my mind and
get to meet more artists, get to see what's happening outside
and network. Because it's something that I wanted to do, but in terms of like reggae dancehall music, because that's who I am. I love reggae music. I love dancehall music. They know me as the Caribbean Queen.
Yeah.
So it's something that rotates around my career.
As we had said, today's topic is mainstream media. Let me ask.
Yeah.
If working from the mainstream media and having your own personal brand, a place where you get to grow.
Right.
Which one do you think is better in terms of, do you think the world we're going into today is mainly going to fall into YouTubers, podcasters, TikTokers instead of people? Yeah.
I love that question.
Instead of people going directly to the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Because NTV, Citizen, by the way, munaanza kubo. Let me just say it the way it is. Munaanza kubo.
Gen Z hatuko huko siku.
After what? Machachari, sijui Tidy High, ilisha hii party.
Content yako ya Bambi.
Sasa ndio STV atulipi.
Siku hizi
kuna view sasa ni.
Hata ukitaka kuwatch news unaenda YouTube, right?
YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is it called now? What's on Citizen? The TV shows running.
10 over 10.
Si atuwezi jua.
No, hizo za 7. Me, that's what I was there for. Mukatoa hizo poa. I mean, big up to the actors, but
walitoa watu wazuri. So, just to answer the question, way back, mainstream media was the it.
Yeah.
When anybody was wakisema like, I'm the it girl.
Yeah.
So like the mainstream was the it that time. No. And it was very hard kuingia kwa mainstream media because mainstream was everything. For you to get that platform, it was everything. So mainstream media for me that time, especially with the aspect of not going to school, ama sikwenda campus kukua kupata knowledge
or even journalism.
Yes, kufanya journalism and all that. Okay. I never got that opportunity. So it was a major opportunity for me because ilini expose.
Yeah.
So I would say mainstream media has its own advantage because your time tungesema frequency ilikuwa everywhere. But now remember the times are changing. A lot of people wamesoma, wase wengi wako na talent. Now they would want to show it on the mainstream media, but mainstream media cannot accommodate everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
And the fact that we are also evolving in terms of everything, internet, technology, yes, everything is changing. And which for me, I feel it is a blessing, especially for your generation. Because time yetu, ndo tuseme sasa internet na technology ndio ilikuwa imeanza sasa kuingia. Ndio ilikuwa inaanza. But saa hii ndio ina hit vibaya sana. So imepatia wase kama nyinyi opportunity ya kuanzisha your own podcast, or rather to show your talent or your skills,
or even knowledge to share.
Even knowledge to share. That the opportunity ungetaka mainstream haungepata. Does that make sense?
That makes, the way you said it like that, I always tell people that when it comes to the mainstream media, you cannot always trust what you watch, or they can lead you to believe in something, because if you're only watching the mainstream media, they basically control your mind and they control what you believe, and because what you see is what you become. So since you have worked in the mainstream media,
right,
of course, other things, okay, I feel like Zico, but umaikuwa censored to a point where they tell you, you know what, we pay you, you can't talk about this, shut your mouth. Yeah, because that, I think that is the only reason I would never work for the MSM. Unaniambia ni nyamaze. Kindly, if you want to discuss how, let me not say anything.
Give me my freedom.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, when I was previously on mainstream media, I used to have a show on radio, ilikuwa inaitwa Mtaani. Mtaani used to focus on everything, politics, sex education. We used to be very vocal, but at the same time tulikuwa tunapigwa vita.
Yeah.
Because we were like, tulikuwa highly censored. Like, atungesema vitu zingine. Yeah, ilikuwa very restricted, of which ukiangalia side podcast zote, they're doing everything. Unanielewa? And everyone is watching.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt like the society at that time ilikuwa so pretentious.
Yeah.
Because whatever people are watching right now,
Yeah.
those are the exact same things we used to speak on when we were on radio. But now, because there's a certain mentality of, oh, there's certain things you cannot say on media, it's not watershed time. But we used to fight, however much. We used to fight. Because for us, the most important thing, it was to pass the message. Yes, the show was funny. We would crack jokes. We would say funny things. And we would be extremely blank when it comes to like having those conversations. But at the same time, we would make sure the point is home. So this, or the technology right now, or the freedom that the technology has given you right now, but your freedom, you could express uncensoredly. Like, you cannot be censored. Msaindo anaanza kuna YouTube umeanza kucensor certain things. So now people are looking for other platforms to put their content. Because at the end of the day, I feel like people should be okay to speak about things that are affecting the society, especially with me. I was privileged enough to get sex education from my mom, and that's why I'm very comfortable having those conversations with even my siblings, because at the end of the day, if we don't talk about them,
it can lead to
sooner or later someone
sooner or later, exactly. So it was a lot of disadvantages during our mainstream media time, but with whatever we have right now, we have all the freedom to express ourselves, to show our talent, and to pass the message.
All right. Now, Owen, let's enter that game. As in motto, what is happening, what is coming after the game, now what trauma, it will burn.
So as we know, sasa kila mtu sasa anajua miskatiwa ni music is her thing.
Yes, reggae dancehall music is my thing, and please go watch my new reggae dancehall show. It's called The Caribbean Connect on YouTube, Katiwa TV.
There you have it. So we are doing blind ranking.
Okay.
So top 5 artists hapa ni wengi.
Yeah.
Top 5
of whatever artists I'll mention. So unamweka kwa whichever scale 1 to 5.
All right.
Could be anyone, yeah?
Okay.
So wacha tuanze na the famous Peter Heritage.
Peter Morgan.
Yes.
From 1 to 5.
From 1 to 5.
Yes.
Man, I'll give that man a 2.
Number 2.
I'll give him a 2.
Jeez.
Yeah. 2 is closer to 1. So meaning is closer to 1.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, number 2. Okay. Aya mwingine Shensia.
Oh.
Hey, that's crazy even for me. Wow.
Shensia, I'll give her a 3. Number 1, she's a girl's girl. Like demu ama demu. Like her music really speaks to the women.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's versatile, she can do pop, she can do dancehall, she can do R&B. And I think she deserves number 2, not even 3.
Sasa
tu ishaenda.
Sasa hiyo ndo
does it need to go? Does it now need to go? Okay, so I'll give her number 3.
2 good.
Okay.
Aya. Huyu ni mtu mwenye nikitaja tu sai usipomtaja number 1. Sijui ni nini una nini. Kwa sababu mjamaa mpaka alikuwa ende free recently. Sijui vile kumeenda.
Wild Bass.
Vibes
Cartel. Killer dancer.
Vibes.
King of dancehall. I cannot even negotiate. I cannot fight. Number one spot. Najua, the older generation itakuwa like, what? There's reggae, there's dancehall. He's the king of dancehall and that is it. Yep.
Aya. Sasa hii. Unaweza ni 4 na 5. 4 na 5.
Okay.
Sasa pia ndo nafuata na ni mbigiwa hiyo kitu anaitwa Popcorn.
Oh, unruly.
Woi.
Did I give number
4 na 5?
Yeah, ushapachana number 2.
Okay, you're right. Popcorn. Ay. Popcorn does not deserve number 4 and number 5.
That's what's there.
This is a tough one. Okay, let me exchange.
Kuna wezi swap.
I see the swap.
That's the whole point of the game. Wezi swap.
Okay, I'll give you number 4. Oh man,
number 4.
Oh man.
So yani unaniambia uneka Timothy Dark number 5.
Timmy will kill me.
Our own Kenyan artist.
Timmy.
You're see this, you're number 5.
Timmy unajua ni mtu wangu. Timmy nakutambua. Unajua nimekuwa nikipractice kitambo. Unajua. I'll give Timmy number 5. But see, he comes number 5 after the top dance on
the caliber of
the caliber guys, the gods, So all it's a good space.
So it's a good ranking. Could have been better, lakini.
It could have been better if I knew the names before. Okay, if I was to change, let me twist it kidogo.
Let's remove the ranking.
Yes, let's remove the ranking. If I was to change, I would give number 1. Okay, number 5 I'll give Timothy that. Okay. Number 4 I'll give Shensia. All right.
Damn.
Number 3 I'll give Popcorn. Number 2 I'll give Peter Morgan. Number 1 I'll give Vibes Card.
So Vibes for sure. You're still there.
Yeah.
All right.
Just in case.
Now, because of the mainstream media,
do
you feel like your profession or whatever you do feel like it has ever affected your relationship with a partner in any way?
They might have a lot of information about me. I would say yes.
Yes.
I would say yes. I've previously had a relationship that was partly affected with the fact that I was in the mainstream media.
Okay.
By mainstream media, do you still talk about being on Homeboys, being on the TV, or just your brand?
That it's both inclusive of being as a brand and also working for the mainstream media, because remember, being on mainstream media, okay, me as a person, let me say this, me as Miss Katiwa, I have multiple personalities.
Okay.
There's Stella. There is Stella, and a lot of people don't know how to differentiate the personalities. There's Miss Katiwa. Miss Katiwa akiingia kazi ameingia kazi. And mainstream media is competitive, especially when it comes to women. So you have to keep up with the trends, you have to keep up with the fashion. So
be on point.
Yes, you have to be on point. You have to be eloquent. You just need to be on top of your game. So, and also with the aspect of me being bold to speak about certain things that not everyone is comfortable with, because the older generation, kuna vitu zenye wako like they were not comfortable.
They didn't talk about it.
Yes, they didn't talk about it with, and so when we speak about it or when we say certain things, inakwanga like it shocks people, but weirdly it's the things that they're doing, it's only that they don't speak about it. So that really affected my relationship.
Ask your question before I grill her.
In terms of like obviously relationships and everything, how do you get to cope with having two lives? Because obviously for some people, I've seen celebrities have two personalities. So your private life and your social life is kind of different.
Right.
So I don't know how people have to how to cope at unit switch. Yeah.
So it's very difficult for a lot of people to get to switch that. If you get to know Stella, and if you ask the people who know who's Stella, Stella is me sitaki kutoka kwa nyumba. Like ningekuwa nalipwa kukaa kwa nyumba, I would be a billionaire, like a millionaire. Like I love being in the house, I love cooking, I love family. Like me, I'm a housewife. Like me mtatulia. Like me, I settle completely. But now when it comes to Miss Katiwa ko job, she has to entertain.
Alright.
And when it comes to entertainment, Stella is forgotten. And so when bringing these two people together, for some people who don't understand me or who don't know me, and who cannot handle,
Alright, let me ask you now. This one is, are you okay with telling us your age? How old is Stella?
I'm 31.
Miss Katiwa is 31.
Yeah.
Beautiful age. She looks 24. That's not even lie. She looks 24. But 31, you say?
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure to the fact that, are you single?
Yeah, I'm single. I've been single for 3 years.
Do you feel any pressure to the fact that you are not married, or the fact that there's no expectational relationship in the future, maybe? Or maybe there is, that we could be waiting for? Someone, mtu anaweza kuwa hapo.
Anakucheki nini.
Yeah, or
ama mtu akuja ameona Infinite podcast akaona.
By the way, Stella is looking fine. And what are your expectations while looking for a relationship? At least wapatie mahin, so kutafuta wajue.
Tupatie mwa Kenya.
Yeah, and also, is there an expectation when it comes to your family and the fact that, as you know, ladies, as you grow older, and having children at a very, I'll say, having children as you grow older can become riskier.
Yeah.
Would you want to have that family, and even when you're at your oldest, or would you just like to cap it there? What do you think about how do you see your relationship life going in the future?
I'm a lover. Like, I love love.
You believe in true love.
I believe in true love.
Right.
And even every time I think, or like I see, or like I get into a relationship and it doesn't work, I always say, it's okay. Maybe it had a purpose.
Yeah.
It
was an experience.
Lessons zinachukuliwa and all that. But it doesn't mean I will not give the next person a chance. So for me, I always take it. Ikikataa, tunasonga mbele.
Exactly.
And for me, I'm always hopeful, especially with the current generation and the current times that we are living in. Relationships are viewed differently. Even the way people treat relationships and marriages, it's totally different. I'm an old body. Like, internally I'm traditional. Like, I believe in marriage. I believe in settling down. I believe in having a family. I always wanted to start a family at a young age, at 25. Look at me now, 31. I don't feel the pressure of starting the family as much as there's the pressure from the society.
Yeah.
And especially from my mom. She thinks I'm taking too much time. But for me, I'm one person that I've always told myself, I will never settle for less.
Yeah.
I will never settle for things that I believe do not align with what I believe in. Now, when it comes to the person that I'm looking, the person that I would want to settle down with, number one, if we are not each other's supporter, like, what are we doing? I want to believe in what you're doing, and I will support you 100%. And that is the same energy that I want to be, reciprocated towards me. Number two, I want a man who believes in God and believes in family. That should be number one. It should be the key point. As much as there's having fun, there's partying, let it not be a priority. Once in a while, let's do that. Because once in a while, like, I party, but it's not, let loose. But it's not a priority for me. Family and God is priority for me. A man who is confident in himself. A man who is not intimidated by a smart woman. Because there's having a beautiful woman, but there's also having a smart and beautiful woman. I've realized the current generation of men, or like the men that to the experience are intimidated or highly intimidated with smart women. They want women when you're as a kanyaga, now kanyagie chini. I'm one bold woman, especially when I see things and I feel like we need to have a conversation around that. we need to have conversations around those things. But men don't like it because they feel like, antakunikalia, or the man doesn't, or the woman does not allow me to be the man that I want to be because the woman is vocal. Being vocal is totally different from mwanamke kukukalia. There's a difference of having a smart woman that you can dem mwenye unaweza resonate na yeye, dem mwenye unaweza plan a future na yeye, dem mwenye unaweza understandiana in situations, but also dem mwenye unaweza solve issues. Unaelewa? Me, I'm not the dramatic kind of woman. Like, let's have a conversation.
Let's talk.
Yeah, you need a partner.
Yes.
Basically.
Me, I'm that woman that I'll start a conversation. If I see things, umenidanganya na vitu zenye ziendani na vitu zenye unafanya, I will have that conversation. And not every man is comfortable having conversation.
They don't like avoid. Munacha vitu zina float.
Inakuwa sasa udem ni kichwa ngumu ni manga. So I've experienced that in part of my relationships, and I'm always okay to,
What I'm hearing from that is that at the age of 31, bado anapambana na makafukusi. Kinudia.
No.
How? You mean you have lived, to say me you started dating at, let's say 20s.
Yeah.
From 20s is when market inafunguka hivi. Hata 19.
Right.
You've been open from the market from 19 to 31. And you've been dealing with...
Inaka hii kitu tungefanya hii podcast.
Oh man.
Pema zaidi.
Yeah. Because there's no way...
Listen, I also didn't expect I would get to 31 without not being married. I knew I was gonna settle like 3 years ago or like 5 years ago. It's such a disappointment, but again, everything happens for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason, and that does not mean the men that I've been dating or the men wenye nimekuwa nao previously were bad men.
Yeah.
It's only that there are certain things as zina align.
Zina flow.
Zina flow. Like, especially me as a woman, I love when a man gives me an environment to just be myself. Because when I'm at my best, oh my God, your relationship itakuwa huko. Like itakuwa tops. If I'm at my best, the man will enjoy the relationship. Yeah, but it is what it is. Hopefully mwaka nitapata.
Mimi sikuwa kwa relationship, siwezi ongea. She could be selling here false purity, you never know. But I will trust in those words.
Yeah.
So you are, last I checked, you on your Instagram you have hit 100k.
Ooh.
Unaenda juu.
Damn.
Big up. 100k going up. Let me ask. Would you say that the way you present yourself on social media or the work you do on social media has changed in terms of now you have 100k followers? You have a bigger reach. More people to influence, maybe even kids who are younger, maybe even adults. More brands.
Which we would very much love to work with. We love you guys.
Tutafute.
Yeah, so please, we would very much love to work with you.
So when it comes to that,
I love that.
in terms of your 100k, between having 10k followers, maybe even 5, or your growth, do you feel like there are things you cannot say now because you have a wider audience than you would have said before?
Just the following that I had before, inamaanisha ile content nilikuwa nafanya before ili spread, and so it can attract more of the caliber that is relating na ija change pia. So it is the content that you put out there. If it's relatable to that certain crowd, it will follow you however much. But in terms of how you present yourself, in terms of how you speak, I would say it has changed. I've changed. How I carry myself right now is so different from way back. Even the way I speak, I think right now nimekuwa more articulate. I'm more careful. I'm more concerned because I've realized people are easily triggered. Watu wako na kitambo time yetu millennial usituko na mambo ya depression. Depression tumeanza kusikia na this current generation. Ile life nilipitia hata ini allow kupitia depression.
Depression is crazy.
And so mainstream media actually ilinifanya nikajua what is supposed to be said and what is not supposed to be said, because the way I think is not the same way other people think, or not probably the way you think. The way I view certain things is not the same way other people view things.
So it has changed. Would say because of the mainstream media, it put you in a position where you are more careful with what you say.
Yes, I'm more careful because previously my show has been suspended before. Yeah, it has been suspended because kuna watu wali catch feelings mahali.
Sisi hatujafika hapo, so kindly catch your feelings as you watch. Catch your feelings. Na hata tukifika hapo tukwe suspended, tutarudi tu. Catch your feelings uko kwa
watu wetu wa kitambo they hawakuwa wanajua kuchukulia ukweli. Like, see what I like about this generation, Gen Z, they are very much aware.
Imagine.
And they say it as it is.
No, not everyone.
Okay, not everyone.
No, in fact,
not as it should be.
We are Owen and I and the podcast, it's very rare. Watu wanaogopa kuongea. From what I have seen, okay, you guys, I'm speaking now to my Gen Zs.
Yeah.
You guys are my age mates.
Yeah.
Unanijua, I know you. Tell me why there are certain topics you guys really censor. These days, okay, says atambia mtu, by the way, you know, you should lose weight. I say this same hivyo. Me I can, but other people can't.
Not to everyone.
Not everyone can. Yeah. Not everyone can look at their friend and tell them, yo, we're in the gym, you're starting to look a bit.
It's just sensitive.
Exactly. Dusty. Or the one thing that can really trigger people is any discussion about the LGBTQ, because you weirdly feel privileged enough that, but then you know, me, I don't like women, I don't like.
Yeah.
You see, I feel like when it comes to such decisions,
right,
it's not, some things are not right, and there's right and there's wrong.
Yeah.
The Bible clearly says you should not deal with homophobia. Like, you shouldn't.
I love that.
You shouldn't allow it. And you see, Christianity is slowly becoming docile. Should I say docile?
Weak?
Yes.
Religion in general, I'd say.
Not all religion.
Not all Muslim is.
Yeah, it's still strong, but some religion is becoming docile.
Yo, if there's one religion that I really appreciate, no, it's not all Muslims actually.
I'm saying, like, but obviously there's a grey area where.
Yes, but you see, I love the way they defend their religion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how they are strict. Yani, there's just a certain way Muslims don't tolerate certain things. Ukikompare na sisi Christianity.
Okay. You know what? We've discussed this before, and we said, you know, back in the 1950s, if you were gay, basically, let's just say gay. Being gay is gay.
Yeah.
If you were gay, they would take you to a mental hospital, and they would boil you in water till you go straight. Yeah. 1950s. Go read on that.
Yeah.
So imagine, Squeezy Owen said something very interesting. Ati being gay is ilisema ni always pata mtu wako.
No, it's what's it called? It's an idea, not idea, but like a theory.
Ideology?
Yeah, a theory. Miss Jaiskia Sofara akisema ni gay.
Yeah.
Personally. Yeah. The gays we have ni watu wenye tunaishi sisi marich wenye mnatu label as rich kids.
Wako. Wako. Nimecheki mtaa yangu nimepata kuna kadhaa.
Compared to
okay, compare na nini yenyu ya mababi
tuko wengi
mababi wako wengi.
Yeah, sasa so far ata is not idol ata atabishana na
so far atapigwa mtaani pale na wasee wamlainishe na back to normal.
Sisi tunasema it's okay, you be do at least you know you are entitled to
your opinion and to what you think of this generation as much as it's aware. It's very sensitive. Extremely sensitive. Then mnaanza cancelling. We should cancel that person. Cancel them.
He doesn't like me.
I'll pay you quality.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I love this podcast, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most... Okay, even when it comes to, like, the way you ask your questions. Oh, man, nimeenda interviews mingi, I'm like, podcast. And nowadays, I even say, when you're calling me to your podcast, please, the research must be researching the questions.
Not,
but you see, for this, I love it. I love it.
We let it flow, by the way. Unaweza dhani tumekaa hapa tumepanga. We just know enough about you because you are our special guest.
Oh, thank you.
Then we ask, because you know, In fact, speaking of this, we had a guest the other day.
Okay.
And we discussed relationships. She told us the worst date amewekwa. So kindly, you know what? I'd love to hear your experience.
No, not even worst date. Ndaka kuuliza swali.
Okay.
The most amount of money a dude has ever spent on you.
Yeah. Then utuambie worst date.
The most amount of money a dude has spent on me. That would be difficult for me to know because I rarely check when it comes to
pay.
Yeah, but I could feel like
okay, if
like nikifeel naweza sema
fly out nini menda
kuna kama mtu kameangusha mita 2 mahali.
You're serious?
Yeah, he flew me out of the country. He paid one of the most expensive hotels, and weirdly, and this a lot of people might even not believe it, we never even got in contact kwa sababu, and we never even dated. He was a very matured guy. He was a very respected guy, not from Kenya though. And nimse alikuwa na standards. I love men who have standards. Like, it's not all about sex. Unaelewa? And like, I really explored the country for, let's say 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I had a driver taking me everywhere. He used to come check me at the hotel, and he would drop money like, katiwa mbona niliachilia huu ndume akaenda, like cheki ufala, cheki
mita 2.
Yeah.
Mita 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you did nothing.
And I did nothing.
Do you see why
I'm very confident in that, saying that.
Men, kindly.
Yeah.
There are ladies out here who are being spoiled.
Yeah.
Be the one to spoil them.
I mean,
be the one to spoil them.
That man set a standard for me, to be honest.
Work on yourself and be the one to spoil them. No, 2 million
hautawai fika ama 2 million and 1,000.
Wewe acha.
2 million and 1,000.
Yo.
By the way, you know from there, hata na husband you might just have to settle for less. If you want to date in Nairobi, kindly settle for less. You're not finding that in.
So umesikia si in Kenya.
And I think that's why it has always been difficult for me to date in Kenya.
Exactly.
I've dated probably once.
Milioni mbili.
2
million. 2 million.
It was a rough sketch. Probably it might even be more than that.
Wait. How old were you then?
How old was I? I was around 2019 nilikuwa. If I'm 31, sorry.
5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years. 2019.
26, 25.
Yeah, around 2019, 2020. So
Anyway,
I was 25, 26. Yeah.
Billion ilande na
I know. He was
a
good guy. He was a good guy. Yeah.
So basically, wanaume wa Kenya,
kindly work on yourself.
Kusema tu kweli.
Na ndio mwanaume anataka kushow off, akitumia tu 30,000 anataka kushout tu kwenye.
Na mtu amepewa milioni 2 for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Okay.
Wewe uko tu.
So basically style up.
Let me tell you, uko kwa nyumba, you want a girl unataka kumpeleka out na what? Tao. Hata 5 so kuna mtu ananiambia mimi siwezi spend more than 1,000. I was like, okay.
Nani?
Sitaki kusema. Mimi nilisema hivyo first date.
Unapeleka mtu chai.
First date coffee. Sorry. If I don't know you, coffee.
Sioni tao.
But tao soft. But ati surely I've dated. Of course there has to be more. All I'm saying is this, uko kwa nyumba, you're talking to this shorty, let's say you're 23. Unaongelesha 19-year-old girl. Unaongelesha 19-year-old girl. Ananunuliwa plane ticket. Yeah, anatoka. Wewe uko tu coffee. Yeah. Hata mimi I'll work on myself because of that.
We have to grind.
Now we have to grind. Hiyo.
I think nilikuwa hata nimeshukisha standard. Sasa hata naenda kuipandisha tena. No, I'm not, but I think basically that guy really
unaenda kupandisha.
Alinimake nika realize what yangu na like how a woman should be treated. And it just doesn't mean just because you being flown out or doing stuff or like for me the guy was extremely genuine and he was doing because he wanted to do it and it's not because he wanted something in return.
You want me to be real or should I
be real?
Nikwe real.
Yeah, be real.
At 31 you're not finding that again. Unless if you do kindly show me. I'll even come for the wedding, but
listen,
hiyo party tena hiyo imeenda hiyo cheki
no it might not but again just the way I've told you as you grow perspectives in a change.
Yeah, so standards
no it doesn't mean let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are older than me and they've gotten what they always aspired to have. Listen, I've never lost hope in everything that I do, but at the same time, I always tell myself, if I cannot get that from someone, I always give that to myself. I've given that to myself. And so even the person that is coming to my life, anajua,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think building yourself up to where you are today,
yeah,
you've reached a point where most of the men in your life are, no offense, let me just say it is, are lower than you in terms of they don't make as much money as you,
okay,
or in terms of they don't have as much social status as you? Would you ever date a man who makes less money than you, or do you see yourself, actually no, would you ever date a man who makes less money than you, or would you always want to progress?
I've always dated men who have less than me. It's not that I've always been dating rich men. Wacha nikwambie kitu moja, sijaibagua. One thing I look in a man, number one,
intellect.
Because anaweza kuwa na hiyo akili but ana msawa kumuelevate afike level yenye anafaa kuwa. Unani feel? But at the same time, sai mali niko na feel nimejibuild enough not to go less than that. Okay? But if I find a man mwenye tunaweza build na yeye, even though whatever people are doing right now, no, everyone is talking about, I'm not ready to build a man, I'm not ready to do this with a man, alafu once amepata anaomoka ananiacha. No, it has to be strategic. If a man does not have a vision for me, then we are not going anywhere. If a man does not have a goal, we are definitely not going anywhere. Money sometimes is not everything, but money plays a major role. Yeah. Like it plays 80 to 90%. Yes.
Pesa ni mbaya.
So money is good, 100%. I want a man who is self-driven, even without my effort. Because mali nimejifikisha mimi mwenyewe, sitaki mtu mwenye anakuja kunirudisha chini. Nataka mse mwenye either ata maintain your status or yes, I don't care whether kwa public or not, because if it's dating public, I've only dated 2 celebrities. That's it. And the rest of the people that I've dated, which are 4.
Anasema what? Ati she's the one with money, anawapatia pesa.
The problem inakwanga hii. Dating a man with less money than you is not a problem. The men are intimidated dating women with money, more money than them.
I wouldn't say that.
Why?
I wouldn't say men are intimidated because of that.
Okay.
I'm not saying men stay poor.
Not all of them though.
Build yourself. I wouldn't say that it's because of intimidation. I will say this.
Respect.
Ladies build themselves up and they have a certain level of success.
Okay.
There's a place where unaweza fika. No, most guys are not there. You've reached that 10%.
Yeah.
So when you are at that 10%, you're hiring your standards to an extent where you want someone who can match or above, as you said right now.
Yeah.
So if it's someone who's either above or muna match to,
which lesser,
which gives you less options.
Yes.
So as we say,
ladies
don't benefit from their success as much as men, because you see, you want that guy who can match you and the guy who's above here.
Yeah.
But remember, that guy, he's probably in his 33, 34. You would like to date that guy. Let's say ako hapa, making 10 times more money than you. I'm sorry, he won't come for you. He look for a 19-year-old girl.
Why do you think atendea 19-year-old girl?
Because she has less experience. She's not seen life as much as you have. You've traveled the world.
So
hakuna pale anaweza kupeleka.
So who's the problem?
The problem is not that he's insecure. It's that for us as guys, when we want to show you our love, we want to give you love. That's our way. We get to give you the world. You get to travel. You get to see more. But who ushaona kila kitu? Umeenda excess. You've seen it all.
So who's the problem again?
The problem is the lady who has benefited from her success. We love your success.
So it's
all I'm saying is ungeka hapa chini at 19, very pretty. ungepata hata huyo at 26.
No, but you see 20s are
ungeenda Kenya bado unadunini hapa ungeenda.
No, let me tell you one thing. When you're in your 20s, it's all about exploring. Okay? 20s inakonga kujidiscover.
Yeah.
30s inakonga majority of the time ni kusettle down. Okay? I never thought I would get to my 30s
without
settling down.
That is the problem. You didn't settle.
I didn't settle for less.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't settle for less. And I didn't settle. Again, I've always told even my sister or the people around me, don't settle because of the pressure of the society that you are supposed to settle at the age of 20s and almost late 20s. Started to settle at my 20s because I felt this guy is rich. I felt this guy could do everything for me, but I'm not happy. Unanielewa?
Let me ask, why wouldn't you be happy? Unapata Gucci, Prada, what else? What else?
Now that's the problem.
Gari, what else?
See, and I need you to talk to him.
No.
A lot of people think happiness inatoka kwa materialistic things.
Not only that, if he can love you.
If he can love me and he can spoil me. Mbona nisisettle?
Yeah.
Exactly. Mbona nisisettle? There's no problem with that. But again, I cannot settle for things that do not align with
your values.
Yes, with my values.
So let me ask.
Yeah.
Tripulienda at 2M. Maybe I'm still shocked.
Oh man, I took what
I
never even posted about it.
Why didn't you? The guy did. What did he do wrong?
What did the guy do wrong?
Kindly take tips because unaweza kuwa na 2 million you're spending on a girl and nothing happens. Take tips from this and you'll see you ended down that path.
So for me, number one, he was not open. He was not open exactly with what he wanted with me. Okay. Yes, you can spoil me, but what do you want with me? Unanielewa? Sitakuja nikayapo kama mzigo yako just because you feel you have money and you can spoil me.
Chauffeur.
Yeah. Unanielewa? He never hakuwaiweka vitu kwa meza venye zilikuwa zinafaa kuwekwa.
He didn't communicate.
Stood on business.
Yes, he should have stood on business. Okay. And one thing about me, I don't know what unita kichwa ngumu. Whether you have the money or you don't have, I just don't.
So you must stand on business.
I just stand on business.
I mean it's
right now, people view things differently. Kuna ule mwenye ako shit kikona do. Huyu nitakwama na nitakwama hadi mwisho. But later on unakuja unapata anafanya vitu nje. Unaelewa? So that is not me. If you do not put things on the table, if you do not stand on business, if you don't know what you want, then I don't know what we are doing.
Before you enter a relationship with any female, have your life in order. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
have your life in order.
Yeah.
Because what I always say is the reason I don't believe in true love is because we came down to the conclusion that love is compromise.
Exactly.
Love is compromise because I will, as our mate says it, I will compromise my values for you. So that is the whole basis of love.
Compromise. And it's both ways.
For you to be able to love someone, you first have to know yourself. If you don't know yourself and you've not worked on yourself, you can't let someone, you can't trust in someone. Because love, first of all, you're giving them your heart.
Yeah.
Unaweza vunja hivi. That's why it's called trust.
And time.
Yeah, and time, by the way. So if you have someone's time and trust in your fingertips, you can easily manipulate it.
Yeah.
And that's what most people don't like. That's why they don't believe in love. And that's why I don't believe in true love. Because love is compromise. I believe in love, but not true love. True love at I get this girl, she's supposed to be mine for the rest of my life. Ayapana.
So what do you believe unafaa kwa naye at a certain time na hiyo story diama?
No, as in there's when you date someone, would you say all your exes are your true loves?
No. Here's what I believe. Let me say true love. I believe in your life span, you only have 3 love of your lives.
3?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. She's basically right. Yeah.
Number 1, high school love. Ama ule love wa kwanza. Whether it was high school,
primary.
Primary. Huyo ndo alikuwa love wa kwanza.
The girl you liked for 4 years.
Like that was your first true love. Now, it never goes, majority of the time, it never goes anywhere. Inakupelekanga to the next level, to the next person. The next person that you find, which is the second love of your life, ni mwenye anakufungua akili. anakupatianga character developing. Yani huyu ndio ulikuwa unajua this is the love of my life. Kwa sababu once ulihil na ule wa kwanza, ule wa high school na primary, ukajiambia sasa huyu ndio yeye. So huyu wa pili anakwanga kukufunza what is life, what is character, na anakufunza values zako. That's when you discover what you can take and what you cannot take. Now, this is the love of your life that takes you to the next final love of your life. Huyu watatu ikikataa, wewe sasa wewe ni danda. Wewe ni danda. Ikikataa. So I think for me I've experienced two love of my lives. So I'm waiting for my
Let me ask you, what was your experience for the love of your life? Tuambie.
First love ilikuwa Raima. Like tumesema ni ile mko tu class tu, so whenever is ni love letters nini ma story mmeenda mnacheza ma games nini. So sasa siku moja nikamwacha niandike kaleta
sticky ama no primary
master ile kwa acha sasa ni confidence yangu ni kama iko juu kidogo.
Yeye ni lefty, so his writing is on point.
Bana nimetuma slip hapo kwa desk yake, kwa desk yake ilikuwa
na dads dedication. Nilimtumia dads
namna gani hapa,
namna gani
live kwa dustbin.
That's deep,
imagine. Yeah, so that was immediately nikajiambia enyewe that was my first.
That's you mean me feel kwa dust.
Yeah, that was my first love experience.
That is literally taking your heart anaifanya hivi
anatupa. Stella, you tell us yours before.
No, wait, you need to tell us yours. Ni wewe.
Order ina. Okay.
Uko na kelele.
Sinakwambia order ina.
It is you.
Let me tell you, for my first, you know what? I think this is the reason I even speak to guys today. My first love was a girl. We were in the same class. If I say anything more, people will know who it is. Wacha tu.
She was as long as you don't call. Siwezi toa roho yangu yote alafu unaficha.
Exactly.
There's just a bit of information. Even if I tell you now, you know who it is.
Acha nijue.
Utajua off camera. So
I'm protect.
She was we were in school together when I was in primary. So say to go primo. For me, I really love this girl and we used to meet a lot. And I think Pia it was first love. So I think she also pia alikuwa na hiyo connection. I could tell always close nini. But you know what the problem was? Problem wasn't her. Problem was that I was such a kafukusui, nilikuwa naogopa kumwambia. That was the problem. You see,
no way. So
by
you
the way,
never told her?
Ajaijua, like I feel like to this day.
So uko juu yako basi.
When relax that you go juu yangu.
So you've never dated?
No, I of course. Please, no, it's not that we did.
You know, anasema the first love.
That was the first. Like, you know, first love you don't even need to date. You just have to the person you actually you thought, you know what? At a future nini. For 4 years me nilikuwa mbaya, guys. Not because I couldn't have. But because there were also other flings. At flings primary. Anyway, first love, second love. Ushaikuwa dumped on Christmas Day.
Yo. Wait, what? Christmas.
Christmas Day. What?
What happened? Give us the tea.
I'm done with a family gathering. I'm happy. We've had a long day. Tuko shags out there.
So excited.
Tuko shags. I come home. I buy data to talk to you. Data. Ati nafungua Instagram. I see a message. Dino, I think we should end things blah 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 blah. See, I felt a knife.
Damn, stabbed.
After what? 5 months, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, I've had other relationships, but I won't call those love.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done with
mlango ya true love
hata ni tu hivi
no hata believe in true love.
I was like this. You know what the worst thing was? 3 to 4 days later, anarudi, Tino, I miss my boyfriend. I looked, I was like,
not here anymore.
I was like, in my head, actually, you know what? I love this because of the experimental person I am. In my head, I was like, you know what?
You've grown.
Let's see. So, because love is love, we continue talking. But this is when my mindset started to change. This is when I was slowly becoming a better person.
Right.
I wish you knew how recent this was. But okay, by recent I mean like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So, ilikuwa inani, I was like, hapana, the way the world is changing.
Yeah.
Listening to guys like Fresh and Fit, listening to guys like Tate, listening to guys like me, I was like, there's no way msichana ananipiga character development. There's no way. I looked at it, I was like, me, by the way, come back, but I've set a boundary. Until you want to call how long? 15 minutes. Why? I'm busy, but I'm also never gonna let... See, I have problems. I'm not gonna open up again. Just choose that. I know why you're coming back. I understand ladies. I know how ladies work. After this one, I know how our brain works. In 2 seasons, I sparks. I know how it works.
See, sasa akiatbreakiwa mara mbili tatu. Wanajua kila kitu.
Nah. See, too, I tell you, I understand these things to a different level. Rafiki zangu wote, Dino, help me with this girl, help me, because they know, mkurugenzi, huyo ndio anajua.
You see, that's why I'm telling you, the loves of your life are there to teach you, okay? Before you find that final one, they're there to teach you. You see now ulilan, akili yako ilifunguka. You see, you look at things differently. But until you get that one final person that will make your mind change. Okay.
Amekuja podcast to tell us now.
One thing about me, if it doesn't work, as much as nilikuwa nimekupenda excessively aje, I will never hold it against you. Na sitafungia the next person.
You know what?
I will still love.
Another nimi sijui kushikilia story, go back to first and second love. Yeah, she thought she could slide. She thought she was being slippery. Ati ana to cross.
Kama hata tuko kwa podcast.
Which one is my camera?
Yes, tell us.
So my first love, I will not say much about him. Okay. Ni mse anajulikana. But I won't mention because he's a married guy right now. But
don't go ruining relationships.
Yeah, I respect people's relationships. He was tulijuana naye when I was in high school. I remember I would invite him wanakuja wana perform, you know, when I was still in high school and all that. And when I used to date him, even people used to tell him, because for me kitambo watu walikuwa like, katoa pia test yako ni mbaya. So like,
kwani he was
no,
ugly.
No, he's not ugly. No, he's not ugly. There's a certain standards zenye ziko kwa society yetu. Yeah, if you look a certain way, we expect you to have a man who looks a certain way.
Men are ugly. We've come to that conclusion. We already discussed.
No, not all men are ugly though.
Tuachane tu.
Okay, sawa. For me, I think alinifanya nikajidiscover. Nika get kujua how the world operates, not sexually, because that is like one thing that actually tulikosania naye, because we dated for like 4 years. But since I was still young and naive, nilikuwa like, no, sex before marriage is a sin. Sex before marriage is a sin.
Anyway, continue.
Sorry, number 2.
Number 2.
Yo ni kama wewe. Hapana zi.
But kitu ilikuja katukosanisha ni the fact that alikuja akakuwa celebrity na once kuna watu wenye wakikuwa celebs, they don't know how to control that. It carries them. Yes. So and I was like, no, I'm not ready to fight with women for that.
When you were dating at that point, were you still a virgin?
Yes, I was a virgin.
Okay. Kauzunge mnyima na
ingekuwa blanda. Haingebamba. Yeah, he wouldn't.
Yo sasa
I would respect that.
Sasa
ndio. Sikia Jenzi vile anaongea.
Ndio. I would respect.
Jenzi ndo anajua hizo vitu aje.
Ndio. Yo hata kwa uwezi kitu. Ndio.
So in between, of course, I've dated different people, but the second love of my life, I think it was very recent.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We know you don't know.
Yeah. We know you don't.
Yeah. So it just didn't work out.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what? I understand where she's coming from in terms of first, second life. Third love ndio tutapata.
Yeah, third love ndio tutapata.
So second number 2.
Yes, so I'm waiting for the third.
Mimi ndio niko juu yako sasa hii.
Wewe nzuri, unajua ubaya yako ni wewe yako hakujua.
That's the difference.
So hata ufanye kusikia uchungu because hukujua.
Wewe unataka iko kwa dasu pale. Iko trash imekuwa disposed, imechomwa.
Yeah, but it's part of life.
Yeah.
So for me, I think the second one ilikuwa like a major lesson. It was to teach me and to open my eyes and to start on business.
Going back to the mainstream media.
Yeah.
We know you do Instagram. You also do. What social media apps would you say you use? Do you use Snapchat a lot or?
Yeah, I use Snapchat.
Cameras too, Ama. Do you upload on?
I upload.
She uploads on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Apart Twitter.
Yeah, I do Twitter too.
Say Twitter also, man.
I'm kind of political. If you know me, I'm very argumentative, but at the same time I'm kind of political. But napenda kusikia 10 opinions I say when it comes to certain conversations. So I would throw, a tweet, but I'm very careful when it comes to Twitter because Twitter could roast you. I've trended on Twitter once and I wouldn't want. Okay,
kuna watu wamekutupia shade. You want us to discuss it?
Yeah. When was this? Please send me the shade. I can't remember.
Your shade ya Kibe.
Oh yeah, Kibe. Kibe, I love Kibe's content.
Yes.
And one thing about me, people will always have an opinion about you, whether you are good or bad. So when Kibe spoke about me, I never even bothered, so I don't even think it's something to talk about. Yeah.
Kibe, may I respect you. Even for that, I still respect you. If I go in deeper, I respect that.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time. This is the first time we've talked about it publicly.
I've never spoken about it. I don't retaliate. I'm like sirudishangi. I won't talk to anything about me. Just say, because at the end of the day I know who I am.
Alright, let me ask you now. In fact, I want us to play that game again, but before we go there.
Okay.
You're a big fan of music, and Kenyan music is slowly starting to impact people. Old people are saying hii music ya Kenya, and the trappers. It's true. They think it's useless. They think hii muziki mnaenda kusikia.
Yeah.
It's not really worth it. So what do you think about that? And the fact that do you think mainstream media and music go together, because that is still our topic today. And looking at it, I feel like most of the music our folks used to listen to was really advertised by the mainstream media as well. So the music we have today, you'd find it's not really as advertised, but they're doing better than the ones who were advertised in the mainstream media. Why do you think that is?
So, funono kwa ground, according to venye nimekana, the old generation and the young generation in terms of like how they perceive and see our current music right now, and the reason as to why their music used to be played so much on mainstream media, they think their music at that time used to have value and message compared to our music, or like our current generation music, which they feel has no sense. It does not make sense. Aina message. So, they don't resonate at all with what the industry is putting on the table compared to what their industry at that time used to put on the table. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they feel like our generation it lacks values, it lacks knowledge, it lacks vision.
It's basically individualistic.
Yes. So they cannot relate to that. So that's why unapata maybe it's a struggle, but now the music that my generation inatoa ina relate na the generation itself. So time yao then mainstream media also, I hear wase wengi wana complain for your music to be played lazima utoe kitu. So if autoe kitu haichezwi. That's what I hear.
Let me ask,
because for me personally, watu wenye wamenipatia music yao, I think I've always played it. I would even share it to DJs because most of the time I play with DJs. So it's easier to play with DJs compared to like with mainstream media. If your music you want it to be played on air, your music itachukuliwa, itaenda ifanywe research, wachukue kama watu 10, au watu 10 waekewe hiyo ngoma yako wasikize. Out of those 10 people, waangalie how many people like this song, how many people dislike this song. If the people when you wanapenda hiyo ngoma ni more than 5, ama ni let's say more than 5, high possibility itachezwa. If the people don't like it, haitachezwa.
Alright. So I don't know if it was at the beginning of this year or if it was last year, but ulikuwa 10/10.
Oh yeah, late last year.
Yes, late last year.
Yeah.
She was on 10/10. What happened?
You know 10/10?
Oh, see ati
but I thought 10/10 ya Gen Z.
Mimi nilikuwa na msap nani ana watch 10/10?
Mimi naona nigi kuna kikula sapa nini naonanga mama na dad wamechill.
Why don't you like watching 10/10?
Not that I don't like.
Okay.
Answer question yangu.
It does not.
Interest is not there.
So what would you, both of you, if I ask you a question, what would you want to see on the mainstream media as an entertainment show?
If we tell them, they'll take our ideas what we be.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I feel like we've reached a point where people are no longer entertained by the things happening on the mainstream media as much. The reason that is because first of all, there's a lot of information Kenyans get online.
Exposed.
Yeah. Nairobi Gossip Club. Fungua, you get to know everything happening in Nairobi. Chai. That was messed up, bro. Chai tea Nairobi. Wow.
Yeah, or the online platform.
Yeah.
Like the internet is undefeated.
The mainstream media, or let's say the online media has power compared to the mainstream. Okay, the mainstream media has power. But when it comes to information, the online media is like
quick on it.
Because now the mainstream is feeding also like the information from the online media.
Let me ask. I know I had asked you a question on how the censorship of the mainstream media was, but would you say that there are people up there who decide everything that happens, who is picked for what, or what is, for example, adverts? Mtu anaweza kaa chini, we want this person for this advert, not in terms of auditions, in terms of, oh yeah, you've done well, you get to be picked. No, but in terms of, you know what, we own the whole mainstream media, everything we want them to believe is controlled. Come here and say this, or come here, advertise that. You're a comedian, you're funny, come here and act like a clown.
Truth be told, I hate to say it, but I somehow believe it is.
It's controlled.
Yeah.
She worked for the MSM. She's here telling you that it is controlled.
I've said high possibility.
High possibility.
I don't have facts.
She doesn't. Okay.
I don't have facts, but high possibility, there is. Okay. There is. Kuna wase wako na power pale.
Yeah.
Kuna wase watasema hawa ndo wana deserve, hawa deserve. Kama unipati hii, haupati hii. So I've had my own experience. Na kama uwezi sema hii, yeah, it's the same thing that is happening with the DD aspect, like Hollywood. Their media is controlled. Everywhere media is controlled. Everywhere in the world. Hakuna mali media control you. So even in our country, I think we do have people who control the media and people who make decisions in terms of like, these people deserve this, I think this deserve this, this don't this, this don't.
The mainstream media has started covering a lot recently. There was the death of a celebrity last week.
Chira.
Yes.
Yeah,
Chira.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Chira. Chira.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chira. Let's just start there. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because still talking on the MSM, I feel like as Gen Z and peer millennials, like these days you're on your phones more than some of us.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even you guys understand that through Nairobi Gossip Club, through Twitter, through Facebook, you're able to access media faster.
Right.
You're able to, instead of watching the news, you have to wait and see pole headlines anyway. You get to scroll and access everything you get faster.
Online.
I feel like this can be a dangerous thing it can be dangerous because false information can be around, but would you think it's better to get false information from places like Instagram, social media apps, or to get false information from the MSM? Which one would you say is... They are both extremely bad things, but would you prefer people watching the news or people listening to other people? Because that is how we grow, honestly.
Both of them are extremely dangerous. Both of them Nihad could believe. Here's the thing. I'm very exposed, especially when it comes to the international mainstream media and how it operates and how it works. We've seen a lot of information and yet tuna consume from the mainstream media that is controlled, and it's not true internationally, but you find the online media attacking the mainstream media because of that. So the online media venye ilitokea with the purposes of the mainstream media is feeding us bullshit, or it's feeding us certain information that is not true. But tukienda kwa ground as online media, tunaileta as it is, then tuko like, oh, damn. So this is how the ground looks like. So the people shifted to the online media because they felt there's a lot of honesty on the online media. But now as time goes by, people have started manipulating the online media, and now it is hard to believe both the mainstream and the online, because the online was a bit honest, and to an extent whereby the mainstream media was feeding was getting information from the online. Because now I feel like the mainstream media, it got like, well, you feel embarrassed, like it was a slap on their face. Because now everyone is like, okay, eat your information. You're giving us information that number one is not legit, is not true. Now the online is there. But now everything is just looking manipulated. Not everything you can trust. Not everything is true. So it's just for you to be keen enough to identify what is true and what is not true.
Alright. Alright, let's play a game. I want you to tell us 5. Same thing we did. Now, the topic for this game this time is going to be jobs. Pali umefanya kazi. Yes, I want you to rate hizo places. Kama ni, if the NTV had a bad director, if sijui, if Citizen walikuwa na watu wao, how you've worked in all your shows. So, let's start. Ulisema in your life, si hata shows peke. Ulisema growing up you've had the experiences, and the job that helped you grow easy vitu ni you are a PA. Yes, tuanze na PA. Where would you ungeka PA wapi?
PA out of 5?
Yes.
I would put him number 5.
Number 5?
Yeah.
PA too?
PA na ilinionyesha vituko because PA, I used to be a personal assistant for a male person. It wasn't a female.
Okay, so you ilikuwa
shida. Yeah, it was a lot of, I wouldn't relate with people, singeongea, na niko like, okay, what is my role? It kind of felt like being controlled because he wanted me to, okay, let's say sexual harassment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sexual harassment. So you're like, it was one hell of a big, so PA number 5.
As a man, why are you harassing women? It is not right.
It is difficult for women to be, being a woman in an industry that is highly dominated and masculine. And to be honest, I would say I've suffered enough because opportunities zimenipita because of saying no to certain things.
Higher. That's PA.
Yeah.
Let's go waiter. Where would you put working as a
waiter?
Waitress.
Yes. So waitress out of
5.
I would also put it number 5.
Who is your number 5?
Okay, number 4. I would put it number 4.
That's being a waitress.
Yes.
Haya was working at the NTV.
That already got number 4. No, number 3.
Number 3.
Yes.
So you have 2 and 1 left. Working at Homeboys.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
So you would say that was the best experience?
That was that was the best experience. Homeboys gave me the platform. Without Homeboys singejulikana. Talent yangu ingekuwa noticed. Oh my god, Homeboys.
Alright, so hii ya mwisho hii inaenda number 2 by default. How was it working as a house manager? Eka pali. Number 2 tu hiyo inachukua.
Yeah. Number 2.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I would put NTV number 2, house manager number 3.
Yeah, easy soap. It is what it is. No, but you know what?
Okay, yeah, number 2. I'd put it number 2 because for me that was shelter. I didn't have. I had to move out of where I was living. So, una imagine mseme kuweka kwa nyumba yake. Ameko expose kwa the lifestyle, the rich lifestyle.
Of the house.
Yes.
So what I've taken from there is that working at NTV, would you rather be a house manager? You know me, Miss Kim.
No.
No,
That is an assumption.
So Homeboys Radio number 1.
Number 1.
We would very much love to work with you as a brand.
Wewe.
I love the way you're selling. It is a selling point. That
So
is amazing.
yeah, so help us, help you. Yeah, Infinite Podcast, yeah man.
I love that.
Yeah, I want to grind together, build up.
As long as you don't cancel what you say. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, come. If I was to swap, yeah, I think swap with Zombili, but yeah.
Homeboys number 1.
Yeah.
House manager. Number
NTV
3
number
NTV.
2.
Yeah, NTV number 2, house manager number 3. Yeah, waitress.
Then,
yes, then the rest.
PA.
Yeah.
Kwani hiyo mtu alikuboa aje umeweka number 5?
He used to
really harass,
yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
You know what? Today you've come here as our guest. Kindly tell our audience something you would love them to take away. A takeaway. Kitu unaweza sema in terms of mainstream media, what they should avoid if they were to go into it and what they should expect to benefit from.
This is what I will tell the people who aspire kuingia kwa mainstream media. Number 1, you have the online platform. Like that is a good space for you to sell your product and you can do it even better than mainstream. But if you get a chance to do it on mainstream media, be yourself. Be yourself, know your worth, and know that you deserve a chance and a seat on that same table as the rest of everyone. But the most important thing is be yourself and sell your brand. Not sexually, you can do it without the rest of the things.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what? That should be a motivator for a lot of you ladies or women, because she has basically told you that it's not only your beauty or sexuality that sells.
Yeah.
You're more than enough.
You're more than that. That's why I always tell people, yes, I know I'm beautiful, but there's more than just me being beautiful. There's more than that. There's hapa, na kuna hapa, na kuna hapa. Yeah. There's more to offer.
Yo, personally, my wife will just be beautiful. Thank you for watching the Infinite Podcast. We are grateful and we are very happy to have Stella here.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed the episode. Kindly like,
subscribe.
Kindly like, share, comment, subscribe, put on the notification bell so you know when we upload.
Yeah.
Miss Kato, it's been a pleasure.
It
really has.
Too.
We appreciate the interest and everything.
Thank you.
Brand deals and
And also, guys, please go watch Caribbean Connect. It's the only
go do that
online reggae dancehall show.
Yes.
In Eastern Central Africa.
Eastern Central Africa.
Bombo Clan. Oh.
Wow.
With that being said,
one love.
Yeah,
peace.
Thank you.
Ningependa kusema imekuwa moja safi.
Coffee director.
Naangusha makofi kabla tujamaliza basi. Asante sana dada. kuja katika shule yetu. Na vijana kumbe wanakuwa na akili kwa dhani vijana wapotovu.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. Wataona sura siku nyingine. Haya, wakati mwingine. Usisahau kuwatch your show inaitwa Caribbean Watch.
Connect.
Alright.
On Katiwa TV.
Keep it locked up. Infinite Podcast will bring you more of this.
We compromise our values for you.
Wow, mama.